All the way up here. Then other people can slide up. Sit on my lap, and then more people can sit. That's what I got here.
See what we're going to do here. Sit and rest for just a minute. As soon as those folks are in the house and close the door, we're going to go up the porch. Okay? That'd be fine. Okay. When we go up the porch, I'm going to ask that you kind of gravitate to this side of the porch. We're experimenting today. As you see, we're doing some construction out back, and we're trying to figure out how to work around it. And so folks that would normally exit out the back, and now got to exit out the front, and I'm just trying to figure out the traffic patterns here. So, but it'll help me if you'll gravitate to this side of the porch and leave the other side as clear as possible. I'll try to stand on the other side when we get up there. I think they're in. If y'all want to go ahead and have a seat, help get up on the porch.
So what's the construction going on back there?
Yeah.
What kind of construction? They are renovating the whole house?
They're replacing an elevator back there, which replacing an elevator and which is all messed up. Okay, at any moment, which I will not know, there may be folks coming out right over here, and so I just want to make sure that we've got right here. Yeah, okay. There may be folks coming through here. That's what I'm trying to figure out how best to interrupt. Thank you for coming. I know you come from all kinds of different places, you know, as do I. We all come from places, and those places are important to us. And place was important to Dr. King. You are at the place that is kind of the root of his life here. Dr. King was born in a bedroom upstairs here. You'll see that bedroom when you go upstairs. This is the home that he knew until he was 12 years old. He was not his parents' home, it was his grandparents' home. He lived in a multi-generational family. The home was purchased in 1909, but it was built in 1895, but the home is about 14 years old. The home was purchased by Reverend A.D. Williams. Reverend Williams was the second pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. They're up to 5 now after 100 plus years. Reverend Warnock is their 5th pastor. They have long pastorates at Ebenezer. Reverend Williams purchased this home in 1909, moved in with his wife and his 9-year-old daughter. Her name was Alberta. She grew up in the home as a child. She'd sit out on the porch and watch the world go by. Part of the world that went by was a young man. His name was Mike King. You know, things happened, and next thing you know, he's having a chat with Reverend Williams about wanting to marry his daughter. And it worked out. What happened is Mike King moved in. Got a job out of it too. He got to be Reverend Williams' assistant down at the church. But they started their family here, Mike and Alberta. Their first child was Christine. You'll see her bedroom down the hall. I think that they'll probably tell you it's Christine's bedroom. Or they might tell you it was Alberta's bedroom, because that's true also, because it was Alberta, the mother, when she was 9 years old, that was her bedroom. So when her first child, daughter, was born, she got to get her mother's old bedroom, her mother's old toys, bed frame. That's so pretty cool traditions in the family. Their daughter King was the second, born in 1929. As a child, he as an infant, what do you know as an infant? You know your bedroom, you know your parents' arms and the cradle. And you get a little older and you're bouncing around the house. Next thing you know, you learn about your backyard. And before too long, other people start appearing in your backyard. Other children start appearing in your backyard. Who are those other children? Folks, thank you so much for coming. Y'all have a good day. Okay, if I can get one of you to just operate on the left, just lift that ribbon. That'll get you out, okay? Thank you so much. He gets to meet other children. And who are these other children? They are children of up and down the street, the other large homes on the neighborhood. This is the largest, but the other large homes are homes of African-American physicians, attorneys, journalists, professors in Atlanta. Right down the end of the street, the Harper home. Dr. Harper was the first principal of Booker T. Washington High School. That's the only high school that Dr. King could have gone to in Atlanta as a child in the 1940s. But he's playing with those children, starts showing them his backyard. But there's other children as well. Notice 2 doors down on either side there's an apartment building. So there are children of Pullman porters and hotel workers showing up in his backyard. Right across the street, by the way, these are the new houses in the neighborhood, built in 1911. Those homes over there were built as, folks, thank you so much for coming. Yes. Built as housing for factory workers. This large textile mill. It's no longer there, although frankly, some of the buildings are now urban lofts and condos over there. But you got children of factory workers, and then you won't be able to see this out the backyard. But when you come back around, this is the way you'll exit. This way here. If you go down to that little driveway over there, it's really called Reed's Alley. We know that from old census records. It was called Reed's Alley. There's a set of homes back there. They're little 2-room shacks. We call them the alley shacks. Now they're not decrepit buildings. Now they're all needing rehab right now. But you'll see they're very well made. But what they are is 2 rooms, and there's no bathrooms, no kitchens, just 2 rooms separated by a fireplace. There was an outhouse out back. There was a pump shared by all of them out front. If you wanted water, you went to the pump. If you needed to use the restroom, you went to the outhouse out back. If you needed heat in your house, you built a fire in your fireplace. If you wanted to cook something, you put a pot in that fireplace. And compare that to the home right in the front yard, if you will, of this home that this very well-to family that Dr. King grew up in. And Dr. King was aware of his entire life that he lived a privileged life, but he was also aware that everybody didn't, because they were the kids he played with as a child in his own backyard. Where I think he gets some of these notions of beloved community. I remind you that we remember a lot of things about Dr. King. We remember the dream speech at the March on Washington, remember the letter from Birmingham jail. We remember that he was assassinated in Memphis. What he was doing in Memphis was in support of striking garbage workers. And because that's his breadth of what of concern for what the world is about. So you're going to get to see the rooms upstairs where he was born. You'll see his parents' room. It was a multi-generational family. It was as long as he was here. That was grandmother's kitchen in the back. His mom got to help her mother out, I'm sure, but it's grandmother's kitchen as long as they were here. It's actually the grandmother's death when he was 12 years old that led now his mother and father for the first time get to make a decision about where they're going to live, and they choose a nice brick home because he'd always said he was going to get his wife a brick home, and found a nice brick one a little larger than this on Boulevard. It's no longer there. It's right where the expressway comes through. Clyde's going to take you in, but we got a couple of rules. Actually, we got 3 rules. We got a lot of old antique stuff. Please don't touch stuff. Stay where the rangers ask you to stay, and don't touch stuff. Number 2, I see you got a water bottle. Good. You're going to need it before this day is over, because it's going to get hot out there. Just keep it capped while you're inside the house. Number 3, anybody got any of those like newfangled cell phones, things like that? Okay. Don't use them in here. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
No photography inside the house. Family started here, the children were born here. Of course, as a child, you don't know much about place. What you know is your mother's arms, and then you know your bedroom. And next thing you know, you're traveling around the house. The world is getting bigger. And then eventually, you discover the backyard. And when you discover the backyard, it's not too much later that other folks start showing up. Who are these other children? They are children of other folks on the street. Large homes on the street are occupied in the 1930s by African-American physicians, attorneys, journalists,
mom had moved from Florida and the school year. And I couldn't get in school in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Why y'all bring
No, you just said big. You want to say that big, will be 2 feet tall.
He got like green lights, I think. He had green.
Yeah.
He played football.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You too.
So we don't have plastic bags, we've gone plastic free. We have the reusables, they're $1 each.
Big Brown.
Anybody got water left? Got one? Please, don't have water bottle. Figure out how to get one on the outside.
You might win. It was $5 to $6. 6 times.
Yes. I think that means
God, he said 30. That man last
He already uploaded it and everything dried out and finally you actually are doing something. He's 14. But he has a mind.
What kind of looking for? Pool over there?
Oh, it's just access to the crawl space.
Thank you.